world. So recently GirlReading created the character book tag or Bookish Character Tag or something like that. And I thought it was really fun. There were some different questions in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that tag. I don't have such sweet illustrations as she had. I'm just gonna read out the questions, but I'm gonna link her original video in the description down below so you can check that out. The first one is the princess, which was a royal waste of money, which first of all is really funny that she put that as the question. I just think, like with princess you expect something like nice and sweet, but no, it's a royal waste of money. And for me it's that I've got 2 copies of The Great Gatsby. This is the first copy I had, which I got in school when we read it, and I didn't enjoy it. And somehow I went to like a secondhand bookstore and saw this copy and just thought the cover was really cool, and somehow just forgot that I first of all already have a copy of it, and second of all don't like the book. So now I have 2 copies of a book I don't like. Then The Traitor, which is a book you expected to love but that ultimately let you down. And for this I'm gonna have to pick a German one, which is Und übrigens noch etwas by Ewan Colfer. This is like the authorized 6th part to The Hitchhiker's Guide of the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, and this was authorized by his wife after his death with his notes, I think. And I loved The Hitchhiker's Guide, so I expected to love this as well. But it's just so full of like hints and little reminders of the first 5 books, and it's really massive in comparison to the first 5 books. The writing style is still similar, but the story style isn't, and I didn't even get halfway through. The Hunter, which is an element you always find yourself looking for or hunting for in books. And for me it's kind of like defying social norms. I really enjoy books where the characters talk a lot about philosophical and social issues and kind of talk about how some things aren't the way they should be and how you could be a better society or a better human. I really enjoy those kind of conversations. Then the next one is A Thief, a book which unexpectedly stole your heart, and I'm gonna have to go with the classic Feenlicht by Jenny Yen, which is my favorite book of all time, and I didn't even know the author existed when I picked this up. I just saw it in the fantasy department of my local library back then and just thought, okay, it's about fairies, it can't be bad, and I picked it up and I fell in love. And ever since, Jenny Yen is one of my favorite authors, and this book is the best book I've ever read. It's just amazing, and I read everything I can get by Jenny Yen, and yeah, it just kind of opened this whole new world for me. So thank you, book, for stealing my heart. The next one is The Joker, a book you'd recommend for a light-hearted and funny read. And for that I'd go with The Hogwarts Library, which are these 3 books, and especially with Quidditch Throughout the Ages, which kind of sounds boring and I didn't expect that it would be so funny, but it's just so full of just really funny, weird, unexpectedly humorous little stories, and so many like little plot twists within those stories, and yeah, it kind of makes fun of its own history, and I really enjoyed that. It's also a really short read, so if you're just looking for a little laugh, then I'd say Quidditch Throughout the Ages from the Hogwarts Library is definitely one for you. Then the next one is The Sidekick, a side character whose story you wish had been more explored, and this is kind of a tricky one because it's Zuva from Orange from the manga. And there is a 6th part about Zuva's point of the story, but I just found it really, first of all, not really well structured. It was a bit confusing and also not as detailed as I would have liked. I would have liked there to be more scenes where he isn't in at all in the like original 5 parts of Orange. To be more explored, but we always only get his perspective on things we already know. So I think it's nice that they did this because Zuva is a really important character, So it's nice that they kind of had this tribute to him in the 6th part, but it wasn't enough for me. I want more Zuva. The next one is The Fighter, a book that helped you kick your way out of a reading slump, and for me it's less a book, it's more readathons in general. Whenever I feel like I'm in a reading slump, I just do my 24 hours or 48 hours readathons with a lot of like short stories, short books, are just this feeling of getting a lot done and getting a lot of reading done, and afterwards I feel like I conquered the reading, and therefore I also conquered the reading slump, and to me that just always helps. The next one is The Hero, a book that was there for you when you needed it the most, and if I remember correctly she was gonna say, or she said she was gonna choose like the cliché and went for Harry Potter, and I'm kind of doing the same but in the German childhood context, so I'm choosing the Wilde Hühner series by Cornelia Funke, which by the way will be translated into English soon, Wild Chicks, so keep your eyes out for that. So yeah, it's just this children's, mostly girls, book series that I read throughout my childhood. I also had this little group of friends and we kind of recreated the books, so for me those books just basically were my childhood. Like everything I did, all my friends, all the kind of little adventures we went on were all somehow based on these books, and it's still the case that whenever I can't sleep or I feel lonely or something like that, I pick up those books because they just feel like home. Then the next one is The Mentor, a fictional character you admire, and that would be Toby from Honestly Ben. He's also already mentioned a lot in Openly Straight, but the thing I do admire about him happens in Honestly Ben. I don't want to spoil it for anyone because I still think you should pick up both of these books. They are wonderful and amazing and I praise them wherever I can. But yeah, Toby is just such a unique and strong and kind person. I admire him so much for everything he does and for the way he develops throughout these 2 books. And then the last one is The Leader. I have to tag more people to follow my lead and also do this tag. I haven't actually checked who's done this yet, so after I've done that I'm gonna leave the people I tag in the description down below and also on Twitter when I post this video. So yeah, just check if you're in there. Also, if you're not tagged by anyone yet and you would like to do this, then just do it. I honestly wasn't tagged either, but I just think it's cool and the questions are nice, so there you go, you're now officially tagged. And yeah, that's it for now, and I hope you always have a reason to smile, and I shall see you soon. Bye!